In early 2004, I was living in New York City like a strung-out candy kid. You know, I was trying to get to bed by 7 a.m. and struggling into work at noon. Thank God I had a salon job, you know. I spent most of my nights just hanging out with my friends at the salon, and then I would, live the life in the fast lane like a rock star. Pills, powder, booze, it didn't matter, whatever, I was doing it. It was 3 long months. But then the winter ended, and the spring came, and like Bambi and the other woodland creatures, I started brunching again, and being up when the sun was up instead of staying out until the sun came up. So before all of that, though, I was just a 23-year-old living in Brooklyn who that one night accidentally took crystal meth. She knows what I'm talking about. So picture this. Chelsea, Manhattan, 2003. It was the holiday season. I was working at a salon. I had just scored the job as head receptionist, and I was 23 years old. I was working a lot of overtime because I was digging that overtime hourly pay. And my manager had been out on, she'd been out on some like personal hiatus. And so I was in charge of planning the holiday party. And so we planned this holiday party. It was at this hip happening joint called APT. It was this place in New York that was named after a small living space. Everyone was like, sweet, let's go hang out at APT. It was awesome. So we go to this party, and I'd been working so much, so I got to the party, and I started partaking a little too much in the partaking at the party, if you know what I mean. So, by an hour into the night, I was finding my boss, and I was like, you are my best friend. You're not just my boss, you're my best friend. And everyone was like, maybe you should take a cab home. And I was like, maybe you should take a cab home. And then I beat my way through the crowd, my colleagues and these strangers, and I ended up in the bathroom, in the ladies' room, doing the very unladylike of vomiting into the toilet. But being concerned that I might have smudged my smoky eye, I started dabbing Kardashian style and realized I needed some help. So I called to the bathroom Donnie and Freddie, and I said, I need your help. And they came in, and, they helped me. They held my hair back, and they, straightened me up and everything. And then Donnie came over and held this little piece of tinfoil under my nose and said, breathe in. And being the obedient, drunk 23-year-old that I was, I didn't question, I just breathed in. And the sensation was immediate. I had no idea what this magic herb-like remedy must have been. But the metallic taste on my tongue actually surprisingly made me no longer have to vomit. So I said, what is this? And Donnie said, it's just a little Tina. And I was like, I don't know who this lady is, but she is fantastic. Next thing I know, I was just losing time. And I'm at the front of the bar. I'm in a cab. Somebody's in the cab with me. Someone's taking me home. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in my apartment. Someone's in my apartment with me. Someone puts me to bed. Someone leaves my apartment. And I'm there. I'm not drunk, but I'm not sober. I'm definitely high. It was this weird kind of high that brought me this excitement and anxiousness that I was like, I need to clean my apartment and do my dishes, but I can't wake my roommate. It needs to happen now. And then I went into the bathroom and I looked into the mirror and I was like, you know what? I think this is it. I should do a mud mask. I did a mud mask. I washed off the mud mask. I got into bed. I was like, I'm really cold. I put on all these layers and all these blankets. Like, I really got to pee. And then I went back into the bathroom and I stood there and then I looked in the mirror for hours. It could have been seconds. I'm not really sure because I literally was losing time. It wasn't moving forward. It wasn't moving backwards. It was just happening. Time was everywhere. You know what? I need to take a shower. I got in the shower. I took a shower. I got out of the shower. I got dried off from the shower. I got out of the shower. I got back into the room, and then, it was like a kitchen, but it was more like an alley. It was like, and then I went back into the bed, and I was like, I still gotta pee. I don't know why I have to pee. I kept on having to pee, and then I got back in the bed. I was cold. I was hot. Everything was happening. Why isn't the sun up? What time is it? Is my roommate awake? Do I need to go to school? How old am I? What happened when I was 5 years old? Every single event that's ever happened in my life was passing through right now, or maybe no event at all. Maybe this never happened. Maybe I'm living in Chicago. Maybe I'm in New York. I have no idea what's happening right now. The sun eventually came up, and I had not slept at all. My roommate was still asleep. I knew I needed to do something. I only knew how to heal a hangover, so I went downstairs to the deli and got myself a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on a round roll. It needed to be a round roll. I brought that round roll upstairs. I peeled off that aluminum foil, and that smell tantalized my nostrils. I was ready to eat this sandwich. I went to take a bite of the sandwich, but my mouth did not appreciate the sandwich coming towards it. It was like giving a cat a pill. And then I went to take a bite of the sandwich. This happened repeatedly, over and over again, into the sink until I was like, oh, fuck it. And then with remnants of a smoky eye and the mud mask that I apparently had done the night before, I put on some pants and maybe a jacket. It was December. Who needed a jacket? And I got on the subway and I went to Chelsea and I got off at 14th Street, ran up to 17th Street, found Donnie's apartment. I buzzed everything until I could get into that apartment. Someone buzzed me upstairs. I knocked on his door. He looked like he had just fallen asleep. How the fuck did you get to sleep? And I was weeping by this point. He opens the door and I'm like, what the fuck is Tina? He looks at me and he's like, it's just a little crystal meth. Calm down. You're just coming down. How do you think I feel? I found a hemorrhoid this morning. Shut the door. Deadbolt. Chain. Hear the squeaking of the bed. I am standing in the hallway and I said to myself, remember this. Remember every single moment of this. It's just like the TV said. It's just like the commercials. I will never do drugs again. Just say no. But he was right. I was just coming down. So, you know. Thank you.